Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today in the shop we have a 2004 Honda CRV that is having hard shifting. Sometimes it's not wanting to shift, usually from first to second. Um, our hook scanner up, not getting any codes, not getting anything like that. So we're going to go through the process right now of trying to diagnose kind of what it is and how to replace it. So as you can see, we removed the air box where the air filter and cleaner is. This also, it was coming to me for the transmission problems, and the day that he was going to bring it to me, it actually wouldn't start, so I had to trace that down and end up finding out it had a bad starter. So that's in too. So as you can see, the intake manifold is off, which you have to do to get to the starter, which is a little ridiculous. But so when you take the air box off, this is what you'll see. The air box and the battery is out. This is the top of the transmission. Here is one solenoid right here. Let's see if we can get some light so you guys can see this. So this is one solenoid that ends up controlling your overdrive. So here's some more solenoids, pressure control solenoids, and they're on the side. You can see, let's see if we can get down in here. Right there. You can see those plugs. Looks like those solenoids that has 6 bolts in it. We gotta take those off. Once we take them out, we'll apply some voltage to them and test them, and we'll see if they're good or bad. Alright, so we have our solenoids out. As you can see, it's held on by 6 bolts. Those are 10 millimeters, and we have 2 different solenoids, 2 different plugs. So it is aggravating to get out of there. Just the angle that it is, and these plugs and everything. So when you do it, as you can see, our gasket's torn, which you're gonna need to replace the gasket whether it tears or not. These might come out in the body and they might stay in there, but all these is small screens. So what we'll do with these is we'll spray those out with brake cleaner. You can also look at them, see if there's clogged up, because that could be a little problem. You can see the screen in there. These actually look pretty good. His transmission fluid looks pretty good. It's not burnt, it's not discolored, any of that. So we'll take all these out, and then you can see there's O-rings in there. Make sure they're not torn, anything like that. But the big thing we're going to do right now is test these solenoids. So what we're going to do is put 12 volts to the solenoids and on these prongs, and we're going to send power to them, and you'll be able to hear them, and we can see if one sounds weak and one is strong. Usually this, from what I've noticed, tends to be the one to go. So I have a power probe set up because I'm a mechanic and spoiled when it comes to this stuff. But you can take and I have the battery straight out of the vehicle. You can hook some alligator clips or anything, and I usually hook the negative to the left prong and the positive to the right. It doesn't really matter which one you do. That's just always what I do. So just try to make sure you don't touch your leads together. That way you don't make fireworks. But so what we'll do is, with a power probe, I can give it a ground. So I have a ground. And so I'm going to set the camera up. That way I can have both hands, all that kind of stuff. And you'll be able to hear when these hit. And they should hit pretty hard. This thing holds a lot of pressure and creates a lot of pressure. So we'll see if one sounds stronger than the other. They should sound the same, but I'm guessing that possibly this one's going to be, the left one is going to be our problem. So hopefully you guys can hear it. Let's see if we can set it all up and see what we can hear. So let's do this one first, since we think this is going to be the good one. So you can hear that click, and it's a good strong click. Now you don't want to sit here and hold voltage to this because you don't want to burn it up. So just set a little power so you hear it click and let off. If you use alligator clips, you can just tap it and you'll hear it. So let's check this one and see if there's a difference. So you could hear that one, that it even hit that time. And it is an intermittent problem. So we have our ground, we have our power. Nothing. And actually I was testing this solenoid before I recorded this, and it was hitting, but it wasn't hitting good. So this is a problem too, is sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. That's why it's an intermittent. A bunch of people always say, you hear other mechanics and stuff always say, oh, well, a solenoid's either bad or good. That's not the case. That is, I'm not a believer in that. They say it either works or it doesn't. Just a little bit ago, I was testing this one and it worked fine. Or not fine, it was weak. But, oh, see? You can hear it's not nearly as strong as the other one. But it wouldn't work a minute ago. So the whole theory of it either works or it doesn't just got disproved right there. So we're going to test a good one, that way maybe you guys can hear it again. See how crisp and hard that hits? And this one's more of a thud. So obviously, guys, we figured out this solenoid is our problem. So you don't just replace just this one, like solenoid, anything else. You pretty much order the whole body. I know of people that have gone to junkyards and gone and tested them at the junkyard. They take some way to test them, or they go find 2 different sets and take them to the house, and one of them ends up working. They pay $5 for them, but this is a customer's vehicle. Obviously, we're not going to put junkyard parts on this. This guy wants this thing to be fixed. And so if you go to order these from Honda or from, the part stores, even when we have, commercial contracts to them, they're like $685. The aftermarket obviously has gotten a hold of them, and especially since it's kind of a common problem. And you can get them way cheaper. Actually, the company that I used to order these from, they are now an Amazon seller, and you can get them for $80. You can read the reviews. I haven't had any problems. They work good. I'll try to put the link in the description. After everything's said and done, after taxes, all this kind of fun stuff, I mean, you're a little bit over $100, but you still save $550. The only thing that I do suggest doing, that I like to do, is go down to your Honda dealership and get the OE gaskets. You can get them for like $6 to $12. It's just, I prefer the Honda gaskets. So we're gonna get this body ordered for them and all that, and put it back together. You basically just put it back together in reverse order and slam everything back together. Easy day. And and the new bodies come with new O-rings in here, all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't come with these. So make sure, keep these and clean them out real good, and that should fix your problem. You don't have to program anything. You don't have to put anything back in there, all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of guys end up having problems where they'll take them to like a transmission shop. I am not a transmission shop. I'm more of a performance-based shop, but I fix cars also. And they take them to an automatic transmission shop, and transmission shop's like, oh, you need a full total rebuild. These transmissions are actually great. They don't break a lot. But a lot of mechanics don't want to mess with automatic transmissions. If it needed to be rebuilt, and I told my customer that, I wouldn't do that because I couldn't warranty it. I do build transmissions. I build my own transmissions in my race truck, everything else, and which is controlled electronically, so solenoids like that. So I'm comfortable with that kind of stuff. But this one's easy. That's the way to test them. You can save yourself some money. I don't like I said, if you take it to an automatic transmission shop, they make their living by rebuilding transmissions. So they don't want to take the time to go through all this for, $150, $200 in labor and then parts when, they can do that. Which, I don't fault people. They got to make their money too, but I hate that shops do that. Everything else, I'm a big believer in, if you do people right, they'll come back to you. You make more money in the long run. You don't got to rip everybody off. But what do I know? I might be doing my business model wrong. But that's it, guys. If you're not comfortable with that, take it to a trusted mechanic that'll mess with it. A lot of regular mechanics hear stuff about transmissions and they're automatically out the door, unless it's just pulling one out and replacing it with a remanufactured one. But this really isn't that hard. If you got regular hand tools, 8mm and a 10mm, you can get to this. So you can try and knock it out yourself. Or if you're not comfortable with it, seriously, take it somewhere. That's the big thing, is anything that comes in and out of here, if it's a part that I put on there or whatever, as long as I bought the part, I warranty it. It's my problem after that. So that's kind of your options. This guy's probably going to end up paying, $250. So it's $250 worth. If something else goes wrong, then, it's the shop's problem. A lot of times it is. So, if this helped you out, subscribe to my channel. I try to put up common problems. I also do a lot of racing, all that kind of stuff, and we end up going there. This guy's car, I wanted to give him a little shout out. He is a Coast Guard, and I am ex-Coast Guard 8 years, so I like to hook these guys up. We got a big base in my town, but he also does a small business, and you can look him on Instagram. It's Stronghold Sign Art. Guy's awesome. Dude does awesome, crazy, amazing work. So go check him out. Also, the fabricator that works out of my shop. We has a little fun stuff. This is a Miata cart that we're working on, fully stripped. It's going to be a whole exoskeleton. We build roll cages and have tubing benders and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a full exoskeleton, tubed, everything. Turboed little Miata, pretty much go-kart that we're going to take around racing. So we're making videos about this right now. And we do every Tuesday for certain things between powder coat and all kinds of stuff like that. And we do some racing videos. Also, his YouTube that we do the Tech Tuesdays on and a lot of stuff is called Yaks Welding, YAKS Welding. Shoot over there. That's pretty cool. We do a lot of cool stuff on there. Thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.